There are forces in this world that move quietly, unseen but heavy in their effect. Some call it witchcraft, some call it dark energy, and others call it hidden attacks. But listen closely, its power only grows when you make space for it in your mind and in your spirit. Today, I will show you how, in just 60 seconds, you can break its grip, take back your strength, and make every attempt against you powerless. When people hear the word witchcraft, the first feeling that rises is usually fear. The imagination starts to paint pictures of shadows moving, hidden powers watching, and curses being spoken in the night. But before we go any further, pause and recognize something very important. Fear itself is the real weapon, not the ritual, not the spell, not the person who sends it. Fear opens the door. Fear gives permission. Fear weakens your ground. Once you understand this, half the battle is already over. Real power has never belonged to what is outside of you. It has always lived inside. No dark force can truly remain unless it finds a place to rest within your inner world. Imagine a strong tree standing in the middle of a storm. The wind may scream, the rain may strike, but if the roots are deep, the tree does not fall. Witchcraft, curses, and negative thoughts are like that storm. They make noise, they push against you, but they cannot uproot you if your roots are strong. And your roots are your inner strength, your calm mind, your clear awareness. When you start believing that something outside of you holds more power than the spirit within, you have already given away your ground. This is how people become open to harm, not because others have true control, but because they hand it over without noticing. No spell can have power over you unless your mind begins to agree with it. No curse can live in you unless your heart makes space for it. What you allow to grow inside of you, that is what shapes your life. So the first step to making witchcraft powerless is not fighting with the darkness outside, but taking back the authority of your inner world. Tell yourself, my thoughts are mine, my energy is mine, my spirit is mine. Nothing enters without my permission. The one who wakes up to this truth walks with an invisible shield. Even if someone tries to harm you, the energy they send melts away before it can reach you. This is why self-awareness is not just an idea or philosophy. It is protection. It is like holding a lantern in the dark. The shadows may look large, but the moment the light shines, they disappear. When you face your own fears, your doubts, your insecurities, you stop letting them rule you. And when they no longer rule you, no outside force can rule you either. So, I ask again, where does your power live? Is it in someone else's hands, or has it always been in your own, waiting for you to claim it fully? The answer is clear. You are the strength, you are the gatekeeper, you are the root that cannot be shaken by storms. Many people don't realize that energy, whether light or dark, follows the same law. It can only move where it is allowed. Nothing can take hold of you unless you make space for it. That is why those who work with dark intentions look for cracks, small gaps in your thoughts, emotions, or spirit where they can plant seeds of fear. If your mind is scattered, if your emotions are unstable, or if your focus is always on what could go wrong, those cracks grow. And once the cracks grow, energy can slip in. But here is the truth. You decide if those cracks stay open or if you close them for good. Think of it in simple terms. When a house is locked, doors sealed, windows closed, no thief can enter. They may circle the house, they may knock, but there is no entry. Your mind works the same way. When your awareness is sharp, when you watch where your attention goes, witchcraft and curses find no place to land. They bounce off, powerless. Energy flows where attention goes. If your attention is fixed on fear, fear grows. If your attention is fixed on strength, strength multiplies. The choice is always in your hands. Many people unknowingly give permission to harmful energy by thinking about it again and again. They ask themselves, what if someone is attacking me? What if I'm cursed? What if everything goes wrong? These questions do not protect you. They invite what you fear. They do not close the door. They open it wider. The more you feed such thoughts, the more you give them life. But when you shift your focus away from fear and toward resilience, you deny dark forces the very fuel they need to survive. Think of a fire. It only burns while it has air. Take away the air, and the fire dies. Witchcraft works the same way. It feeds on the air of your fear, your doubt, and your constant attention. But when you pull your focus back to calm, clarity, and light, the fire goes out. Guarding your focus is not just mental discipline, it is spiritual self-defense. There is great freedom in knowing that nothing can enter your energy field without your permission. You are not a victim of unseen forces. You are the keeper of what comes in and what is pushed out. Every time you choose not to feed negativity, every time you turn your attention to something uplifting, you are sealing the cracks, locking the doors, and strengthening your inner walls. When you feel an unseen weight pressing down, when the atmosphere feels heavy, or when fear begins to creep in, the first reaction is to panic or to fight what you cannot see. But there is a tool always within you, one that can shift everything in an instant: your breath. It may sound simple, but the power of mindful breathing is one of the greatest protections against any attack, whether physical or spiritual. Because the moment you guide your breath, you guide your energy. And when you guide your energy, nothing outside can guide you. Notice what happens when fear enters. The body becomes tight, the chest closes, breathing becomes short and shallow. This is not random. Fear hijacks the breath. When the breath is disturbed, the mind loses balance. And when the mind loses balance, the door opens to outside forces. But the reverse is true as well. The moment you take control of your breath again, fear begins to lose its grip. The simple act of breathing deeply, slowly, and with awareness pulls you back to the present moment. And in the present moment, no dark power can touch you. Take one deep breath right now and notice how it feels. Inhale slowly, filling your lungs, and exhale fully, releasing everything that is not yours. In that one breath, you have already interrupted fear's chain. You have broken the pattern that dark energy depends on. With every conscious breath, you remind yourself that you are here, you are steady, and your spirit cannot be moved. This is why breath is not just biology, it is alignment. It connects your body, your mind, and your spirit as one. In moments of spiritual pressure, you do not need to shout, you do not need to struggle, you do not need to run, you only need to breathe. Because breath carries life, and where life is present and guided with awareness, no dark energy can survive. When you practice this, it becomes your natural response. Instead of falling into panic, you anchor yourself in calm. Instead of being dragged into the storm, you become the stillness inside it. This shift can happen in seconds, not hours. With every breath, you take back your space. You reset your energy. You make witchcraft powerless to reach you. So when the unseen tries to shake you, do not give it your panic. Give it your breath, because in that breath lies your freedom, and in that freedom every curse breaks before it can even touch you. In those moments when you feel watched, when the air feels thick, or when doubts begin to rise, you don't need long rituals or hours of meditation to find safety. The truth is, your body and mind already carry everything you need. In just 60 seconds, you can move from weakness to strength if you know how to align yourself. It begins with how you hold your body. straighten your spine, lift your head, and let your chest expand. The instant you do this, you signal to your mind and your energy that you are no longer afraid. The body leads and the spirit follows. Then take the breath deep into your lungs, not shallow, not rushed, but full and steady. That breath is your reset button, cutting through every layer of fear. Dissolving tension and settling yourself in the present moment begins with one breath. Each inhale draws in fresh power. Each exhale lets go of everything that does not belong to you. In less than 10 seconds, you are not the same as you were before. Now comes the part many people skip: visualization. As you breathe and as you stand upright, picture a light surrounding you, not a weak spark, but a shining glow spreading from your heart outward, forming a shield that no darkness can pass through. See it as clearly as you can. The clearer you see it, the stronger it becomes. That light is not a dream. It is the outward display of the strength already living within you. You are simply giving it shape. As you hold this image, speak silently or whisper the simple words, "I am untouchable. My spirit is unbroken. No force has power over me." These are not just sounds. They are instructions you are giving to your mind, your body, and your field of energy. The moment you speak them, you are reclaiming authority, sealing every opening and shutting every door where weakness could enter. By the time 60 seconds pass, everything has shifted. You are no longer bent or unsure. You are aligned, body steady, breath calm, mind sharp, spirit bright, and this alignment itself is strength. Those who send curses or dark thoughts cannot reach you anymore, because there is nothing in you that connects with their energy. Like trying to light a fire in heavy rain, their efforts fade away. This is the inner armor technique. It is simple, quick, and unshakable. Practiced every day, it becomes a habit. You will not need to think about it. It will simply be who you are. And once it becomes who you are, no witchcraft, no curse, no dark intent can touch you, because you are already beyond its reach. Much of the fear surrounding witchcraft comes from the belief that it can only harm you, that it is built to crush you, weaken you, or steal your peace. But what if the very thing meant to harm you becomes the very thing that makes you stronger? This is the hidden gift inside every negative force. It can either break you or it can teach you to rise. The difference lies in how you decide to respond. When fear appears, most people run from it. When they sense darkness, they hide. But every time you run, you teach yourself that fear is bigger than you. Every time you hide, you leave your inner strength untouched, unused, waiting inside you. The moment you turn toward that fear, the moment you face the darkness without retreat, it loses its sharpness. What once felt unstoppable turns into nothing more than a challenge, a chance to show yourself how steady you truly are. Think of the strongest metals in the world. They do not become strong by avoiding heat. They become strong by being placed in fire and emerging refined. In the same way, when negative energy presses against you, when curses are spoken or harmful thoughts are sent your way, you are standing inside the fire. But if you choose to see that fire as a test, if you let it shape you instead of frighten you, you come out harder to break, stronger in spirit, clearer in mind. This shift is not about denying that darkness exists. It is about refusing to let darkness define you. Every attack you face is fuel. Fuel for endurance, fuel for growth, fuel for unshakable inner strength. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What strength is this trying to awaken in me?" That single change of perspective transforms you from a victim into a master of your own path. Over time, what happens is extraordinary. The very forces that once made you tremble become the reason you now walk with such unbreakable confidence. The energy sent to harm you becomes the training ground that built you. Soon others look at you and wonder how nothing seems to shake you anymore, but you will know it is not because life grew easier. It is because you learned to turn every shadow into light, every curse into fuel, every challenge into progress. Do not fear the darkness when it appears. Do not hide from the pressure of unseen forces. Stand within it, breathe through it, and use it, because what was meant to weaken you will only make you stronger. This is how witchcraft loses every ounce of power over you. True protection is not something you put on once and then forget. It is not a single act, a fast ritual, or a one-time shield. Real protection is a way of living, a way of carrying yourself daily so that dark energy, curses, or harmful intent have no space to hold on to you. It is about creating an inner space so bright and so strong that darkness cannot survive inside it. When you wake up in the morning, the first thoughts you choose already start forming your shield. If your mind runs straight to fear, stress, or anger, then your energy becomes unsteady and cracks appear. But if your first thoughts are rooted in gratitude, strength, and clarity, you set the tone for your whole day. Gratitude especially is one of the most powerful shields. Why? Because it instantly lifts your vibration to a level where curses cannot attach. Dark energy cannot live in a heart full of appreciation for life. And it is not only about your thoughts, it is also about how you hold your body. When you walk with awareness, shoulders back, breath steady, eyes open, you radiate strength. The world can feel it, and so can any force that might try to reach you. Weakness attracts attack. Alignment pushes it away. When your energy is centered, when your spirit is awake, there is nothing for darkness to grip. But here is the deeper truth. This state is not built in one moment. It is built in the small habits you practice every single day. Taking time to breathe on purpose, even for 1 minute. Pausing to realign yourself when emotions feel heavy. Choosing not to feed gossip, negativity, or endless fear-based talk. Every small choice like this adds another layer of power to your inner shield. And the stronger that shield becomes, the less you even think about needing protection, because you are already living from a place beyond harm. Soon, you will notice something powerful. Instead of worrying about curses or hidden attacks, your focus will be fully on growth, on purpose, on light. And when your attention is fixed on higher things, you naturally rise above the level where those lower forces operate. It is like climbing a mountain. At the base, the air is thick and crowded. But as you rise, the air turns lighter, clearer, and freer. The same happens to your spirit when you live daily with awareness, gratitude, and alignment. You rise beyond the reach of any witchcraft. So remember, protection is not one act, it is a lifestyle. When you live in this way, no darkness, no curse, no hidden hand can touch you because you have already chosen to live beyond its reach. And when you live in this way, no darkness, no curse, no unseen force can reach you because you are already beyond it.